And while we are looking forward to, by this time tomorrow night, Hamas releasing all of the living and the dead hostages that remain, and celebrations to that effect ahead of that moment, which will play out in the next 24 hours, live on your screen. It's about, midday currently in Israel right now. The expectation is that by tomorrow morning their time, which again will be sort of mid-morning for us, the first of the hostages will be released. Again, if things go to their traditional timings, that may well fall right into prime time as well. But an incredible moment is ahead, thanks to the work of Donald J. Trump being able to broker that ceasefire arrangement, no more bombs falling on Gaza, incredible pictures of people returning to their homes after the 2 years of war. And again, peace to the people of Israel who have long been afraid of what had happened to those who were still alive and those who wanted to get the remains of those that had been taken more than 2 years ago on October the 7th. Now, despite the fact that the bombs have stopped falling and there are going to be the hostages that are sent home, we still had protests today. I'm not entirely sure about what. Now, yes, there are long-standing issues of which many people say, well, that's the reason to keep going. Well, no, the justification for the day in, day out has been the dropping of bombs. Well, that's all stopped. So why did people take to the streets today? Well, apart from perhaps habit for some. But as always, if Lydia Thorpe is at a protest, she has to make it about her. And yes, I have to say it was very much about her today. Now, for some reason, people have decided to mash together the issues around Palestine and Indigenous peoples in this country. And Lydia Thorpe, as you will have heard by now, made an extraordinary comment that I don't understand how there is not some sort of legal consequence to this. And even if she is, if she is speaking in hyperbole, but if any other person had said what she had said, you'd be getting a phone call from the federal police when you make threats like this. Let's see what happens to Lydia Thorpe.
And we will fight every day, and we will turn up every day. And if I have to burn down Parliament House to make a point, I am not there to make friends. I am there to get justice for our people.
It is honestly extraordinary. Let's see what happens in the next set of 7. Her political nemesis is somebody who has never been more popular in terms of a nationwide appeal. Pauline Hanson, in not one but 2 opinion polls, including one which has just dropped in the past couple of hours, is now in a position where One Nation nationally is more popular than the Greens. Now think about it. The Greens sitting at about 11%, they're able to get 1, 2, 3 senators elected at each and every cycle. If this keeps up, One Nation will be adding 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 at each and every cycle, and they will become an absolute dominant force when it comes to the crossbench of Australian politics. Now, we all know why this is happening. We all know that it is perhaps hardcore, more conservative coalition supporters that have decided to go somewhere else. But as we've been in a long conversation about One Nation for as long as we have had access to a microphone and a television camera, put simply, people seem to vote a little more ideologically in the Senate. So if you are somebody of the hard left, you're going to vote Greens as the insurance policy against what Labor does should they form government in the lower house. And I have long said that there is a vote that is waiting to do the same in the Senate. And we've seen lots of people come and go, but the one who has stood out the brightest, the boldest and the longest is Pauline Hanson and is One Nation. This is not just a Queensland phenomenon, and it is not just a falling over the line phenomenon. Remember, at the last election, they got senators elected in Queensland, New South Wales and Western Australia, none of whom were named Pauline Hanson. Now, Malcolm Roberts did an incredible job of being able to build it all with social media, but very obviously there is a very significant number of Australians who want to take out insurance against whatever government happens downstairs, either a more pure form of opposition to a Labor government or a handbrake from some of the more lefty madness at times that can take over the Liberal Party. Well, again, the Labor Party, together with the Greens, they remain in a position where the two-party preferred is embarrassing to talk about in terms of the contest, but we are, of course, at the reset. We're still, almost 3 years away from an election. But the idea there that in the Resolve poll, which came out this evening in the Channel 9 newspapers, that One Nation outpolls the Greens by a full point is a seismic change.